Hello, chat. I apologize for my lateness. I was working on a model. Howdy. I'm small. I'm little. I'm tiny. I'm tiny and small. Tiny and little and small. So we get to debate if we're going to use this model instead today, which apparently decided to have all of the toggles turned off. There we go. Decided all of those would be off by default. I see. Swimmy! We have new hands now, which I'm gonna have to get used to. Oh, wait a minute. My view balls were wrong. My view ball's wrong. I always forget. Oh, I think my tracker's on too tight. Oh, 1 second. I gotta re-upload it. And also... Ooh. Yeah, that was on too tight. That was on way too tight. Oh, owie. Hello. No. All of my fans are very much required to fire and get so real hot. Okay. Ugh. I took the advice of Marceline hat to heart. And now we have a big old Marceline hat. My hair's a little too wiggly. But that's okay for today, I think. Is it Go Go Loco? Or is it this? No, it's gotta be Go Go Loco. Yeah. There you go. It's a cute hat. My hair is definitely too wiggly, but I'm gonna worry about fixing it tomorrow. We can worry about that another day. There we go. Now my eyes are at the right spot. I also think I know why. I think the parameters. Yeah, the parameters are... weird. Okay. Let me reset the avatar. Okay, so for some reason it makes me all swim when I reset, which isn't what I want. So why? That's why. There we go. Aha. She knows what wants his shirt. VR chat wants shirtless Finley. It also apparently wants no locomotion, Finley. Ugh, it's so warm. It's too warm already. I've been in my room for 5 minutes with the VR on. And it's already too hot. Oh my gosh! My arms go much better now. That's just the cardigan though. But they get a lot closer, I think. Let's go ahead and make sure everything else works. It worked in Unity. Worked in Unity, so I would assume it would work in here. Can't see fucking anything. Can't see nothing. Wacky spunkies. Bird. Bird still works. I can swap hands for the bird. Okay, good. Cool. Book. Book works. Still got my thingy. All my faces seem appropriate, and I have teeth. Okay, cool. Okay. You should be good. So cute. Finley's adorable. Finley is handsome. I love Finley. Sorry, you haven't had the stream camera this whole time. There we go. I'll have to probably make sure to do this every time. But we should be good. My hair's really wiggly, but that's fine. I don't mind my hair being super wiggly. Okay, bird. Bird up. We bird up, and then we go into lobby. Bird up. Instead of water, I had like a tiny piece of chocolate, and now my whole mouth is dry. Bird up. One's here. I fly over. No one sees me. Okay, gotta make sure. Okay, cool. Cool. Here we go. A birdie bird time. Yeah. Birdie bird. Whee! Just make sure again. Just to triple check because I feel like I gotta.
Stare down.
Yes, I will try to.
Ferocious creatures with no problem.
Sir, I knew I will try to. I'm actually trying to learn an arcane trickster.
Oh, no.
Hey, Finley!
Sorry.
Hi.
I was gonna ask for some matcha ice cream.
Ginger outfit for, suited for the weather.
It's warmer now.
Name's Chris, by the way.
But also, I just wanted to wear something fun.
Pleasure to meet you, Elise.
You know what? Fair enough.
It's an interesting feeling.
I wish you the best of luck, darling.
Yes.
If there's anything like that, is like you can do for me. No.
I have been challenged
By
by
someone
someone
to have some matcha ice cream.
I don't need oil, I can make, a flask of oil for this. Mrs. Finley.
What kind of oil?
You look great.
Oh,
Thank you.
Me and my tribe folk, we have a natural oil in our system.
I've been ordered to eat.
Ordered?
Somewhere I eat. Yes.
Have you not been eating?
A small,
No, I've just been patrolling too much.
I've had an idea, right?
Then do you want someone to sit with?
It's making fun of me.
I may not need it.
So,
I would love someone to sit with, but
I
it's up
help
to
you
you.
foster Vincent. You can help me foster Mona. How's that sound?
A worthy sacrifice, I guess.
I saw him yesterday.
Oh my god.
I handed that over. I handed that over next week, last week. Would you mind if I try the spider one?
Is that a skeletal shirt doing a heart shape?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Take a little bit of that, the usual immediately spicy.
I know wearing swim clothes isn't the smartest idea, but I wanted to, so it'll be worth the headache.
Even if I just had to stand
To be fair, you look good, and you have a parasol.
Mona and Vincent help me make more use.
It should help, at least.
Unless you're wearing a sun hat.
And
The biggest one I could find.
It's a very big sun hat.
My own place, power up, my old town, they made it one quarter.
But the more I think to myself, the more I wonder.
How have things been going?
Probably neutral.
I don't believe
They've been good. I've been mostly just keeping an eye on things. There's a lot more people than normal.
I noticed.
Outside of that, just generally moving.
I can shed
Oh.
my tail
I'm
once a month.
glad she's feeling better.
Yes, she is able to manifest, but her voice is a little, as she put it, malevolent.
Ah,
Very long.
Yes. Very long arm, yeah. Guess you could say it's being part of
She's currently flirting with Vincent, probably.
it looks like that.
Things are quite long.
To be fair, that's like most times.
An experiment.
Since Friday, so tired of just to pretend to this. Is it really stuff you're enjoying it? I
Feeling stronger.
Exactly. Hopefully I can keep it up. That is the goal, at least. With the time.
Give up their immortality.
The sweater looks so, like,
Is that what you can keep it
soft.
That's because it is.
No, but yes,
Can I?
I mean, I'm being paid for it now.
Consider this.
Yes, yes it is.
That one is Those are paying me to actually force out these.
I don't skimp on clothes.
Me either.
At this point, there's several silver and gold pieces not.
As you can tell, by the fact that wearing a suit.
Oh, I would have no idea.
No, I wear cheap clothing all the time.
That's definitely not an expensive suit.
never tried.
No, not at all.
But it helps if I stood up.
It isn't also custom made or any other specific things. No.
No, I'm sure you can get suits with the logo just off the rack.
Totally. You can also get suits for people who are 6'9" all the time.
Easy.
It's my
That's
power.
the best way I can describe it is thicker.
Self-heating. My cheeks are really warm. Yes, that's it.
Did you
Mineral
get that outfit recently, or is this the you just had?
I've had this one for a while. The shoes are new though.
Yes. Those are those platform wedges? What's those called?
Yes. Now I can look you in the eyes when you're sitting.
When I'm sitting.
These are the highest I can actually reasonably wear.
And I got one in over my head and
Yes. Let me check something.
Yeah. See, that's why I offered. I will help you.
Look at that.
And you give me information on my
You're not under boob height anymore.
I'm just barely boob now.
Yes. You have achieved boob height. Congratulations.
A high achievement. Maybe I'll just practice and eventually get like stilts.
I'll make you something in return.
Learn the fly spell and just slightly float off the ground.
Maybe. I've heard of
Technically, you could be a
some
bird.
levitating.
Fly up. Be the tallest person in the world. Fly up.
That doesn't count.
What does floating count, but flying up doesn't?
It's different. Trust me, it's different. This is difficult. So it feels like something. Why?
Apparently not sitting on the chair is also difficult.
That's very difficult. I just can't
Yes.
emphasize with that hand.
I'm sorry, it is too easy.
No.
I suppose I'd bring that upon myself.
Are you actually planning on sweating?
Maybe. I feel like it wouldn't be that fun with no one to swim with, though. And I don't think anyone else actually has clothing for it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I finally flew and I missed it.
So this is mostly
I'll rectify that next
just so I
time.
could.
Fine, it's just normal. Vanilla baby. It's just normal.
Hey, now once I perfected the...
You will get points. We'll fly someday.
Take a look at them.
I am watching with potential malicious intent.
I'm sorry, what?
Meaning protected.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Good ice cream.
Which one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's alright.
Sorry, right.
Those two are boyfriend and girlfriend. And he shoved a spoon of wasabi ice cream down the other's throat and they started choking and coughing. So I am upset.
Yeah. Going can be
Probably
used on a
shouldn't do
scale
that.
to fit
Even if it's funny.
I agree. Yes, I fact checked. And I sent Echo.
Good.
Makes sense.
We'll put the joke to rest. Now that I know what part of Tub has it, I can dispose of that part.
Yeah, no, Evo is a companion of...
Yeah. And I go back of
I've not had a proper tour for a while. Everyone tends to just gather here.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Oh, I won't get in the way.
Yes. Who's asking me a question?
Oh. I must have been really distracted.
Technically, my lowest set of
No. She said it very softly.
Oh.
Well, technically she didn't say it, she gestured.
Oh.
I'm pretty good at charades.
I accidentally said something about
I guess it would make sense.
part of why she was having trouble forming her body.
I have finished my slider. I have appeased the echo.
While doing construction stuff had
So I shouldn't be filtering.
Clean the sink.
Or Jaden if you want. Jaden
well,
might.
I said something afterwards about like, well, it's like, I said along the lines of like,
Even if it's teasing me or playing games.
I said she was pretty and like,
I like your hair done.
Thank you.
And peas right now.
she seems to like the
I have
idea
to wait a
of
second.
wanting to
For some reason, I have an idea of who it is you wish to
She
tease.
also had this like moment like a long
Is it
time
human
ago.
who I
I don't know if you caught it, but like it seemed like implied like holding hands, but like not holding hands because like they can't actually hold her hand because it's intangible. But the other time,
Would you
they
three
would also
happen to want some ice cream?
yes, please.
Say hello.
Word of warning though.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart.
You obviously
I put it there.
comes with
Thank you.
I heard that.
Sorry, what did I just hear?
I heard that.
Did the madame say your name?
So,
Excuse me 1 second.
the process generally
Oh,
involves
okay.
the mortal instinct basically being completely destroyed. The
Do you want
remnants of
some
the
ice cream,
soul,
Finley?
body, and consciousness, aka the memories,
No?
are
Okay.
mixed together with that spark of
I
divinity.
drank
Results
before I
energy
came.
that pops out is known as a goddess or god.
Let's grab a bowl from that shelf.
Now, unfortunately, that does mean that the old entity is technically dead. Gone.
Excuse me?
Ah, Echo, you're dialing.
It is.
Vanilla? Would you like the vanilla or the matcha?
I will take the vanilla. Thank you, sweetheart.
Vanilla or
I
the...
heard that, but they're whispering, so I assume that I didn't hear it. That's kind of what I do.
Strong, silent type.
Maybe. Or maybe they just didn't know. Hello? Hey, would you like vanilla or matcha ice cream? If you want ice cream, you don't have to have any. If you don't want it.
Hello.
Sorry, dear, I was dozing off a bit.
Oh, damn.
You're fine, you're fine. That's why I came closer. I'm okay, thank you. I'm pretty full what you gave me.
Okay.
What?
So what
You
was
have ice
that
cream?
all about?
I think they had a war
Yes, I do. Do you want some?
A war crime.
What
There's
flavors do
vanilla
you have?
and there's matcha.
My.
Vanilla and matcha.
Sir had a
Vanilla.
weird bag.
Do you want ice cream? Okay.
In any case,
Can make blood ice cream.
how about those
Maybe.
We can talk about the circumstances surrounding my
Here's your vanilla.
Thank you.
Technically speaking, I'm a created creature.
I haven't
Born
actually
out of the memories of the
tried
old mortal.
ice cream before.
That's Bucket's Mandy, and all the believers of
Miss
Okay.
Sadaima?
Echo.
And here's your ice
Your
cream.
sweetheart, Echo. God, I could just kiss you.
Yes.
Do you get them on a vanilla? Because they apparently never tried ice cream before.
Okay. It's nice, cold, and a little bit creamy.
Sweetheart.
It's hard to believe
very
that
sweet.
vanilla is made out of flowers.
Okay.
So,
We'll just do a small scoop for you.
back in the birth of
Yeah.
Here you are.
I was
Thank you.
technically around.
So
I'm a god
it's-
that's existed since the
You're
beginning
welcome.
of time. However, after
Okay.
making my planet, I was
Let's,
also
you wanna go upstairs?
blessed to have a sort of partner, a lovely god of humans named Humanus. Humanus is the little side of large It was a planet of slimes and humans living side by side with each other.
These chairs are tiny.
Everything's good.
It's
They look small even to me, technically. So.
Like to say, Humanus
Yes.
we went missing one day.
I've never actually, I've heard of him while
There you go.
on the cathedral.
No one really knows what happened to him. But I figured out pretty decently.
I'll tell you, at the minimum, there'll be a Chasm of Akaya. Because
Some other
I always think there's like a mud in there.
way back about 10,000 plus years ago, decided it was a great idea to secretly imprison Humanus in order to wage a false war against me
It's just, every
and
time
my
I try to say it, I feel like I'm having
all times. Whenever took cleanses from the planet because they viewed us as little more than monsters and wanted to abuse us and exploit us very forcefully.
It's like me stuttering, but like...
Well,
I'm glad you like it.
Humanus
I think it would be
really
better with blood, but it is really
I
good.
wasn't sure what happened. He just vanished one day.
Probably.
Humans were living forever after
Most things would.
it was a fucking disaster.
Yes. Apparently. I wonder if actually, do you just is it that you like the taste of blood, or is it that blood tastes different to you?
That's the thing that humans heroes do, you know?
I don't think
Sword and
before all of this I would like it, but mm, blood tastes different, yes.
Vanilla, and there is matcha ice cream.
real
I wonder how
quick.
it tastes to you, because to me it tastes like kind of like metally.
It still does,
Vanilla because I
You
am
favor us
Mm.
others.
very purple.
but
Vanilla?
it's
I would
I
say
guess more
Vanilla?
complex
and
for me.
my grace
It's kind of salty
so
sweet.
slimes.
At least my favorite kind.
Sadly,
Their
someone
minds
already
will be
got
degraded,
the
turned back into
wasabi
faces
memory.
for the most part.
That's a shame.
My name was
It
unceremoniously
was still
wiped from my
metal
history
taste,
books. My people
but that's just because it's high in iron.
burned, killed, slaughtered en masse for
Yeah.
resources, or worse.
Standing on making
A lot of people complain about the coppery taste, but
Mm.
over
it really depends on that.
wasabi container.
Once you get used to it, you can notice a lot more of the complexities of it.
Mm. I wonder if that's true for like animal blood,
Mm.
cow.
Animal
Because I
blood
know
is
that there's
different.
Anyway,
because I know that there's a dish. It's like dehydrated blood that is a soup in a cube. They dehydrate into a cube and put it into a soup. It's
I've,
like pig's blood.
yeah,
Nice.
too much.
I've had animal blood before. It's just not as
So,
filling, I guess.
He set me free. We got married. I love him.
Does it taste the same? Or is it like less?
Different.
Well, Dynix nurses my mortal body.
Some animals taste better than humans, but
Of course, he's such a sweetheart.
mm,
not ours, but I kind
it isn't as
And
healthy.
me to turn into a delicious pudding
the
fountain.
most.
Eventually,
So,
drinking animal blood, you have to go back to
I'm
humanoid.
back on my feet, but I'm
Or-
mortal. So,
Yeah,
from him the
bitey.
the multiverse. So I scour the
It
meta.
doesn't have the same stuff, I
Start
guess.
recruiting people to
So up here.
religion.
Mm.
There you go.
Because of course,
Down.
back to the fairground.
So
I needed
bitey.
ingredients.
There's a nice little
Mm. Blah, blah, blah.
I had a mortal body.
The alcohol?
Have a face, darling. Like
I try not to get the blah 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 on anyone.
I'm not helping
the
you if you
spark
give
of a
yourself
divine
brain
entity.
freeze.
Fortunately, I had thought ahead years and years
I
ago.
think-
I used to have royal guards.
Are there such things like blood banks that
Mhm.
vampires have?
Fragments of my divinity. I raised
That's
them
where
up
we
in
normally get our blood.
Yeah.
I raised
That's
them
why
up
they're in the
gods
bags.
in the hopes that hey, you can better serve my kingdom better.
Ah.
Serve the
There's
That
still
makes
a lot
sense.
of
humans
vampires
thought
that
they killed all of
do
them, but they
hunt,
missed
but
one.
I never really
Years and years and years later, I
liked
tracked
doing
down
it
the
before.
man,
So
Isaac. Isaac owes a lot of favors to a lot of people, and very, very quickly. That man saves my life by recruiting about 4 quadrillion people to the base.
That's a lot. That's uncountable amount of love.
Yes, Isaac is a very influential planeswalker.
I need to keep finding things for you to try.
I turn my natural
Mm.
charm erupted upon him.
Expand your palate.
Pledge everything he owns to me. Netted me
Mhm.
all the fallout.
That's not hard
So all I needed was
because I haven't tried many
Well,
things.
so you don't eat any, because I mean,
get to hunting.
True, it's a different type of hard. So it would be hard if like someone had a refined palate,
Mm.
and so you have to find like you have a hard time finding those things versus someone who has never tried anything, where you need to find as many things as possible. It's a lot of things.
And we set out. The slimes start whipping up into a fervor, so of course this big fight breaks out. I mean, I've got a basic.
At least I'm not
have my-
particularly picky.
It's cool doing my iron basic styles, and there's people here with like giant
That's
fucking
true.
hammers,
they're
like,
not overheating or
you know, and
there's
people
a bug
fucking
in there.
fucking beating out the slime. It's just like it was wild.
I don't want to try
After fighting our way
flying
through the
these stuff.
forest, we arrived at a giant secret tree.
like
Any,
A
Any-
member of my old card. But,
clams.
Any particular reason?
recently been taken over.
I just don't think
It's
they
just
look
texture.
nice.
Some kind of black hole.
Mhm.
I really don't know what.
What
to
about
call
Jello?
it, other than
Mm.
darkness. It corrupted them from the inside out.
What's
They didn't
Jello?
even recognize
Jello is a product that's made after, I believe, bone. That is like a jiggly sweet. They usually
Oh.
sweeten it with like sugar
I think
and
I've seen
watermelon and
that before. Yeah, that seems fine. Just the
okay,
slimy
so it's just like
things.
so it's like stuff that is naturally slimy versus like a Jello, which is like jiggly.
I only myself died a horrible, grisly, painful
think
death.
I'm having your problem.
Whatever that
I
is, like,
can't gesture.
Their soul obliterated, their consciousness.
I'm being prevented from being expressive without picking something up.
I inherited all the memories, of course, but I can't really call myself the same person. Even though I share their name, and I share their memories, and I share their voice. It's not really the same.
People keep walking up halfway up the stairs and then
So
leaving.
the you now is not the same you as tens of thousands of years ago, but the incarnate of you
Why?
has the memories of that life.
Are we intimidating?
Right. So
I believe.
my old self.
No.
For 10,000
I'm not
years ago,
intimidating. You're intimidating.
those memories
Oh,
converted into my mortal
it
self.
must be the
And then,
skin of a
though I
killer.
forgot a lot of them, I still remember most of them.
You're asserting dominance.
So that old mortal
Showing
their
them the
memories
skin.
get transferred
Mhm.
over to me.
Must be.
Yes. Yes, totally.
I wonder if there's a way to collect
I should have done the glitter thing though.
all the memories.
It would have been really funny.
It would have been very funny.
Remember them in time,
I will
If
eventually.
not, it's okay. I remember plenty.
Come in full of glitter. Just do hand jazz, hands they go.
So 3 different
Here I am.
lives.
I'm gay.
Yes.
That's 2 more than I ever
Maybe
had.
during Pride Week.
Well, here's the thing, right? You don't
I
have to
believe
die
that's
when you go from a divinity
next
to
month.
turn into a mortal. It's like the old energy that makes up you
I guess time's
just kind
great.
of coalesces and
A month
turns
now?
into
It used to be a
mortal
week
body
at
and
one
soul.
point.
It's only when you're
Now
going
it's
from a mortal back
whole
up
month, I
to
think.
a godly entity that the mortal self has to be destroyed. It's gotta be next to
Have you ever been in any of the
divine.
parades, the walks?
That's okay. I've only died.
I've been in almost every one since the first.
It's Inception.
So not looking forward to it.
Oh God,
Hey, lots of gods go through the rebirth process.
Perks of
you've been in every.
Noise gods tend to die and be reborn all the time. I'm pretty sure
Oh, it's funny.
Zeus has been
Okay.
hundreds of times. It's just something to get used to.
That means you've been in every crescendo of gay history.
Will carry over to the next incarnation. So, one day, in a way,
I
it's like
guess
Zeus
so.
was not really dead.
Just looking through all the photos, and you're like in the background of all of them.
Another example.
you can definitely find me
The Son of
if you
God.
look really hard.
When Jesus was crucified and when he died, he was resurrected. And resurrected in the cave.
Mm.
Yes, that is the story of how I got my mojo.
Of the, do you like sweet? Like sweet things? Because I know you joined the
Darkness and Indians themselves.
I-
Or do you
I-
like low sweet? Because I know some people have sensitivities to sweet.
Darkness had turned from the once pure slime form into
I would like it more
a literal
if it
monster
was
of a
also
being.
salty
There better not be any.
or sweet and something.
So you don't like sweet by itself?
Mm.
As
So you
I
want
mean,
an ingredient or
it's
something.
nice,
blood and then having
but it's better. I guess I'm used to complexity.
things that are sometimes actually part of cobalt culture.
Okay.
Given how
Mimic
So basic things.
different blood can be.
insects. And sometimes they would not actually met
Hmm.
an insectoid pill bug.
So
Like I have there, Roland.
salty and sweet. Do you like savory and sweet, or sweet and sour?
Mm, maybe?
not in a bad
Mine's
way.
only an
Just
offense as far as
get
every
excited.
ooze in creation.
That's a no
I don't
on
know.
Have you heard the wow
Inexperienced.
noise?
It's a bit
Remember.
responsibility for
They
sure.
did like this wow noise at
But you know, guys would just think of
Wow.
responsibility.
I need to make a set of dishes
Sure.
that are basically
True.
something sweet.
There are some people that
With
have a
some-
different opinion with gods.
having
think-
more
Yes.
and more noise.
Maybe sweet and spicy.
Salty and sweet.
Every single time I
Yeah,
try
some
to
people
Spicy.
don't like the word.
Do you like spicy food?
May have a
I don't
reputation
know.
with Some, but
I've not
you
had
always
it.
get the bad eggs and bad yolks
Do you know what it does?
of any being.
Yes. I've seen others have.
Okay.
Adorable little spirit named Maddie.
Which makes sense.
Hey,
I do believe she's
Hey, Elise.
permanently, unfortunately,
Mm.
Are you contemplating your life choices?
But
Loud.
I told her about you. You got. And she said,
Mm.
"Can you tell the pretty lady how?"
Are you contemplating your life choices?
Versus
Looks like it's less crazy up here.
It is.
Story time?
Unless Bunny gives you permission.
Just
to control
I
it.
writing.
believe something
Notes.
my current master told me.
It doesn't
to
look
remember
like
the
it,
one
but this is a
bad
quote.
comment over the 99 good comments.
I have no idea what that means.
Who is doing that?
Get
Ah,
more
that's
impact,
convenient.
negativity over positivity.
Usually, whenever people are like doing like the whole like thing where they're doing this, they're like just mentally taking notes, but in this case, it's literal.
It's a lot easier
Yes.
than carrying
Beware
a
the
pen around. And I
Beware the things
keep
that-
ink in my buttons.
Makes sense.
Sanity, we're talking about God.
Efficient.
I've also
I guess
learned how to
that's
write
fine.
with my beak.
What?
Have you already
Oh,
watched
yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
What kind of
I recently,
notes?
Well, this is about ice cream.
I recently
An
got
ice
into
cream?
a relationship
Oh,
with
hey, Mona.
someone.
Bye, Bona.
Goodbye, Mona.
Who is the beautiful?
Who is doing
You should just come in here, like,
It's a bee.
Hello.
I don't know.
I just heard a
I don't know. Mona does what Mona does. No one knows except for Mona
Oh.
what she do.
Mm.
Yes.
She is an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Yeah.
How's Bunny?
I'm laughing.
Why is he sitting?
A samurai
Unfortunately.
warrior.
Hi. You are so good at just showing up immediately. Sorry.
You're right, I am good at coming.
I have to say, he is quite tall and strong.
Oh.
I dueled him
Yes, you are.
back at the sandy shores.
second.
I caught
Uh-oh.
his interest,
Yes?
and he kissed me on the cheek.
Put your hands on top of my hands.
Oh. Here's the lucky lad.
Hi,
Look at my face.
You must tell me more.
Well, I got to know him. His name is Raiju.
That is a good
I
smile.
met him at Dragonspire.
Damn it, I thought that was gonna work.
You gotta
Yep.
try harder than that.
Accomplish.
Get my mojo back. They were one of the people
That
who
didn't
engaged
happen.
in the battle with
We didn't see anything.
I
Nothing happened.
really didn't see anything.
Did you go to
He
the?
is the one I
We're gonna have to go
Did
back
you go to the
that
moon?
one.
How about that?
No, I was
Raiju
yeeted.
and you together.
Oh,
Also,
trying to
hello.
question me.
Yep, doesn't ring a bell.
Raiju is like a part demon. I really know it's supposed to start.
They were, weren't they?
What did you do, my boy?
I know there is
I know he's
Jokai named Ryu.
What happened?
Are they gonna be training?
No idea.
That was after I was learning about this. It could be.
What happened?
Oh no, Jaden is doomed. Anyways,
Why?
he's
I think they're about to get
Samurai
retaliation
warrior.
flustered.
Want some ice cream?
Oh,
quite
Or
strong and powerful.
mini hamburger slider?
Are you also?
But anyways, you were taking notes on ice cream.
Thanks.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
I've never had it
Unlikely,
before.
I think I'm the only one who's actually able to hug.
So I've only ever been able to go off of other people's descriptions
Well,
for
one
most
thing
foods.
is-
Really?
It's surprised that
They
he's
don't
this
they don't
chill
have like
affectionate.
We will give you the opportunity.
fun things like that in the
Excuse me, what?
A woman
Uh,
I guess normal societies.
break the ice.
We don't really need to eat.
No. If
People still do, but
But I mean, if people live a long time, I mean, sometimes people just like to do it for fun. So like,
a lot
sure,
eat
it's somewhere
for
along
the
the way.
fun of it, and there's definitely still a lot of very fancy dinners, but I tend to avoid them when I can.
My second relationship for a very long time. I've only had one.
Makes sense.
My
I
first
guess
one
the
ended
big
in
question:
marriage.
did you like it?
But for the most part, I'm gonna go through you or into you.
I have no idea this time.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different kinds to try, so the kinds that are here, there's definitely more and different ways to enjoy it, so,
I'm surprised with a few minutes.
I know I'm being, well, I say dragged, but invited on, ice cream outing with, Via sometime this week, so, if it's a good place, I can let you know where it is, so you can, have a place to go that might, give you others you can try, maybe. I've been told it's, very good.
Also, I checked out my planet.
Did I hear something about being dragged out?
Well, guys, not like literally drag, but you know, like metaphor, like invited
I know
to
what
go
you mean.
out of the house, because you know I barely do that as it is.
I know.
10,000 years.
Yeah, I know.
Mutual destruction.
Via said I needed to, in
Sounds
her
like
words,
my universe.
shit it out.
Except
Or something
we
like
survived
that. So
our
she
nuclear
said,
Armageddon.
ice cream.
Seems the humans
Suffice to
didn't.
say,
That's good. That's good.
Oh, thank goodness we don't
If you
have
want
to
to
deal
show
with
up with others as well.
that kind of technology where I'm
A
from.
lot of us tend to on Wednesdays and Fridays
It
go to
is
Orlando
inevitable.
Soccer.
or so to
You used to join us
read
on
the
those.
planet and start
Outskirts.
seeding it with my life.
I'll see about one of those days. I'm starting to find more things popping up that keep me occupied on Wednesdays and
I understand.
Fridays.
It's only if you can. The same
Well,
invite
you
goes
never
to
know,
you,
the humans might
Mr. Eyes. You
return.
can't be all business all
Evolution is a
the
bit
time.
funny.
I don't know if
If my Wednesdays,
I might have escaped into the stars.
if my Wednesdays or Fridays open up, I'll see what I can do.
There's certainly not luck.
Okay. That's good.
It is
Just try to get
fun
some
there.
rest,
They'll be like,
that's all.
but this is our home. Well, you destroyed it because you decided
But
to mess
besides,
with missiles
then
of
you could
mass
see me,
destruction. You just give them a slap on the wrist.
well,
No, probably a smack
out
bottom for blowing
at
up
night.
the planet.
I guess
Yes. In
technically,
your natural habitat.
technically,
Return.
since I've
Put them in the pair wiggler.
you have seen me at night. It just
A what?
Yes, I have seen you at night.
The pair wiggler.
It's okay, I
No, it
understand.
wiggles pairs. It's a machine. It's like a box. Put pairs in it, and it wiggles the pairs.
Oh, okay, like that.
It was a punishment used for slimes because unfortunately I don't like hurting my children, but I will wiggle them around. And wiggling them around makes their brain get all kind of funky and screwed up. I don't like it, but it's not harmful. A good way to softly discipline the children.
That makes sense.
Like children go to this pair wiggler. Naughtier children who don't learn the lesson go to the square hole.
Remember, Via is here for you.
No one likes
round
that.
egg goes in. That's right, the square hole.
What is your favorite flavor?
How bad is a square hole?
Wait, you told
It's
me
pretty
it
bad,
is
though.
lemon mango.
We have a 3x3 hole
Oh,
that we put mischievous cobalt that doesn't do their work.
Do you like the taste of
In my olden days.
What?
I don't know what I'm hearing.
Is the term given to a hole made by humanity.
I don't know what I'm meant to hear and not meant to hear.
Sort of labyrinth.
So I'm ignoring all of it now.
That's a good idea.
You got put into one end. You had to make your way all the way to the others.
It's
You
okay.
died or collapsed midway.
I didn't want to be the dreaded meta man.
And keep going.
Understandable.
No dying or resting until
They
your
did
work is
have,
done.
and they did
But that was
make
only
it
for
on
the
the
big
extreme
exchanges.
request as well. But it has been
I don't
a few
really
years,
use
so
the pair
they're
wiggler or the square hole
Uh,
anymore.
So what do you do in this Orlando Soccer?
10,000 years ago was a long time, bro.
I find myself in particular.
Mostly everyone
Yeah,
likes
that's
to
a
go
long
walk
time, even
out
for
in the
me.
forest.
Little popping rocks in them.
In this day and age, I have to adapt to the times.
They like to look for
I'll just-
Pokemon.
I know my lifespan is a couple of 100 years. Same for
Oh,
my
yeah.
niece, nephew, and my sister.
Orlando Saka has
Our
a
lifespans have
pretty
been
high
increased.
population of them.
Though my daughter, she'll
I
live
kind
forever.
of
You guys
just
just
follow.
congregate.
Hoping she won't go insane or mad. Because
So you guys just congregate together and
I've
just
been
walk
told
into
by
the
another
forest,
god,
essentially.
or well, a mechanical fellow.
I've seen
Is there anything doing there?
Vincent kind of sits under one of the trees in the
100, 200
town.
years before insanity kicks in.
That makes sense. He usually sits in one spot and just like stays there.
Humanoids,
Mostly.
the rain start to
Like that spot over there. Oh, he's actually gone. That's a terrible example.
Decay.
He does normally sit there, though. Wonder where they went.
Yes.
The cap from those. But if there's any line at the end of
Quick
this
glance
tunnel, besides the fact that I'm back and slowly
Don't see
fixing
it.
things,
They probably went off to have a private conversation.
Nate is still
Maybe.
around. The humans didn't get to me.
Well, it's time to go on a patrol anyway, so.
I don't think
That's
they'll
fine.
be able to.
Maybe.
As long as you like the
There's
flavor.
Would you like a junior deputy?
To go to just kind of chill out and think about things.
Yes.
A sort of private celestial thinking.
How could I do it without my junior deputy?
Such a wonderful place.
Okay, can you travel there? In
Oh,
your
look,
current
your,
state.
your personal bubble
I
just
was
went deep.
telling. I've already been
Ah,
there.
they're over there.
I can even bring others
They're
there
in the
Oh.
dock.
to I only needed like a minute to get
I wish. Hmm,
I have.
I can't see things like that because you're so much taller.
Via knows many shucks.
Oh, shush.
Ah,
You have
I guess.
you have a bird's eye view when I am the one that turns into a bird.
You can have the biggest bird eye view. You can be a bird and go up.
True.
Get all the view.
My Bubba. No, you have popped me, Bubba.
I do have to get used to being a little taller, though. These are the tallest wedges I've actually worn before.
You feel like you're flying, but not flying.
No. But I do feel handsome, I guess. I always feel
That's
nice
fair
in
and true.
heeled shoes, I guess.
Hmm.
The
What do you
tallness
do
gives
when
me
you,
power.
Yes. Everyone knows that tallness is equal to power, apparently. But I was going to ask, when you do go out, what do you like to do?
Research, mostly. Take notes.
People watching.
Yes,
Is that what you mean?
pretty much. This is the most
This is why I asked.
exciting my social life has ever been.
Oh, I'm so very glad that I'm the one that facilitates this.
Mm.
But I think cities are the best places people watch. You can sit like in a corner store and just like watch people walk by.
I always like to do it at night. You know, when the sun's not out. But it does make it hard to understand culture better when I'm only going out at night. Which is why I have such a problem with going out during the day and getting really bad migraines.
To be fair, most cultures have like a nightlife where it's
Mm.
different than the day culture, so I can understand why you would have this.
if I ever want to write about a not night culture, it's hard. Especially given now. But before, night culture was fairly simple. Now, night culture and day culture are like night and day. Very different.
Literally.
Mm. The square hole.
If you want, we can go to like a coffee shop and people watch.
Ooh. That might be nice.
Yeah.
Do you like coffee?
Observe. Yes. I like tea too.
Mm.
Both of them actually.
What's your favorite of both then?
Of both.
Coffee drinks
Coffee wise.
and tea drinks.
So, there are specific types of brews that I like, but I tend to like the mixture. Because there's some people that drink a coffee black. I tend to like coffee with some cream. And the cream could be like hazelnut cream, which is nice.
Ooh.
Or like chocolate cream.
Fancy fun drinks.
I wonder if there's blood coffee.
Probably. I'm sure at vampire bars there's probably plenty of things mixed with blood. I've just never gone to one.
I wonder how a vampire bar would be.
Bloody. Probably very brooding. Dark.
A lot of people sitting in corners.
A lot of people, plenty of corners. And everyone not talking unless they know each other. The cliques.
You walk in and it's just like star-shaped rooms because there's so many corners.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch black. Very obscure, kind of old, kind of new music.
Very traditional.
Yes.
Admittedly, I don't know much about vampire culture in cities. I only know about mine. And I try to avoid that when I can. Very traditional. Very traditional. Very secluded. Yes. Stuffy is a great term for
crust types.
Like I said, there's not a lot I can say about it. Not without getting in a lot of trouble.
Understandable.
Mm.
Alright. Let me go back around.
Thankfully, I haven't really needed to
Engage.
engage with my culture much anymore. Aside from Ivanka and everyone else living with us. If it hasn't been clear, I'm not the only half-blood she has live with her. She takes care of a lot of us.
It's not surprising the way that you're talking. But yeah.
I think I might still be her favorite, though. Not that she would... Well, no, she probably would say, actually.
Do you you live like in a manor? Is that many people?
Something like that. We kind of have to have a lot of space given how many people.
You have like over a dozen or something? Is it like a lot?
Some have
Oh,
left
wait, you're
over
all
time.
vampires. You don't want yours secluded. That's why it needs to be big.
Well, to be fair, more than 2 bedrooms, that's still considered kind of big.
True. Well, it also depends on the amount of floors. Also.
Mhm. Plus, she needs room for her work, and I need the library. Genuinely, mostly for storage.
That's a lot of books. I need like an entire library.
I've been writing for 300 years. More than that, actually. One would hope I'd finished a good amount of books in that time.
Yeah.
I got you 2 books. You're welcome, Jade.
Congratulations.
I didn't think trying to fluster bottom would backfire so badly.
Easier for us. But that would require me to. It would take a lot of time. So, like a person maturing as far as I know. Every one of them gets that
Shiny. You should ask Echo. Echo's around here somewhere.
Always this shiny. I just hide
This in Roland's onyx.
I don't know if they need that.
Monstrous for
My neck is
Let's go by the dock.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Have you been by like large bodies of water before?
Yes.
Level.
I'm not entirely secluded.
Where's the whiskey?
More or less shocking me.
I need
Where
a
do you
drink.
want whiskey?
It doesn't hurt to ask.
I need a drink.
Alright, Flexi.
Those I usually use all the whiskey.
I think it was bad.
Cupid, let's go over there.
Yes, well, they do look really cute together, actually. Yes, that is good. He needs that. He needs that in his life. I know. He needs something to take a little edge off.
This is why I like the spot. It's just far enough away that you can't hear anything.
I guess you're right.
I guess if you need to wear the parasol, that's fine.
Then, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. Besides, my hands get tired.
Water.
It's either my hands get tired or my head gets hurt.
From what I remember you telling me, you don't get actually tired, you just get bored of holding it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Bored and tired is kind of the same thing. At least to me now.
If you want to stand in the water, we can go to the beach over there, and you can stand in it, like up to ankles.
Up to you. I just didn't want to get
It's up
my
to you, it's what you
shoes
want.
wet.
True. They're nice shoes, though.
Mm.
Hmm.
Right.
There is an umbrella section over there, right next to the water, which means you can stand under
Shady.
it while being in shade.
Mm. It's a good idea. But then we can hear a lot more.
Barely.
Mm.
Miss Lisa, I sense you nearby.
Oh god.
If only we had a harness.
So short.
Then I could just fly you over there.
You could. Or I can climb.
Mm.
But I'm wearing a suit, so.
That's the point.
Oh yes, you were supposed to be the one.
I could airdrop you. As ridiculous as it would look.
Yes. Flying orc. Terrify the locals.
Mm.
One day, you won't know when, you won't know how, but it will happen. I will find the wellspring of power, and I will be.
How's the water?
I will have so much.
Wet.
So much riz.
But nice.
Yes.
I don't really do a lot of swimming.
You know there's like indoor swimming pools, right?
Yes, but that doesn't mean that I do it often.
True. Is that something you want to do?
Maybe. I haven't gone swimming in a long time.
I did not bully her.
Hope it's like riding a bike.
Should be. Swimming is like one of the deepest instincts that most beings have, if they have access to water.
Mm.
If I ever say anything that makes you uncomfortable, you can tell me to.
There was a long period of time I really didn't know how to swim.
Stand there being as cute and beautiful as ever.
I did learn eventually.
I guess that makes sense. Because I believe at your time period it was less common for people to know how to swim.
Mm-hmm. I had no reason to
It was mostly
learn.
sailors.
Mm-hmm.
Which, thinking about the amount of preventable deaths it would have been just to teach your child how to swim baffles me a little bit sometimes.
There were a lot of preventable deaths. Kind of all around.
Yeah.
Not just swimming. A lot of it was medicine.
Disease. Yeah.
Witch hunting.
Medicine's gone a long way. There are a lot of different types of hunting.
Mm.
Usually the outgroup.
Generally speaking.
I know many types of magic, my dear. Why don't you come over here and find out? Oh yes, let me go ahead and disrupt a little bit of the undead in certain ways, in certain spaces. You do it lightly enough, what it does is cause interference.
I can't wait to raise a family.
most of the only reason my hand is even close to yours is just my finger length.
I think the when I was growing up, it was called guitarist fingers.
Guitarist fingers. I know about
If you had
piano fingers.
I heard of it as guitarist fingers. Basically, if you had long fingers in order to grip the entire piano, or not piano, the guitar.
I will grip the whole piano with one hand.
Yes. But yeah, people who had longer finger than palm were people who were better usually at being musicians.
Mm.
People who had bigger palms than fingers were better at swimming. Or slapping people.
I guess I don't have slapping hands then.
It's okay. You make up for it.
In finger? I could get my finger straight. It's almost as long as yours. If you're going on finger length alone.
You found the one category. Why do you do that?
Might want to check.
He's doing it. Never mind. Okay, I'll check. I'm checking. Nice flying. You okay, Jaden? So you decided to jump into the ocean?
Okay.
How about you get closer to the shore so you don't like drift without realizing it?
Finley gay. So the only option would technically be surrogacy.
Yeah, I know.
And Finley at least wouldn't be able to be the surrogate for that. Magically they could do stuff. You can magic have kids.
From what I have gathered,
that's the fun of magic.
It's his head to try to fluster Mona.
Oh.
And then she tried it on him, and he jumped into the water because it made him feel better.
Cold showers.
Yes.
But not that cold. It's more cool, I guess.
I like the water is nice when it's like refreshingly cool, like it feels like refreshing versus like, oh god, I'm in ice.
Some cultures revere ice baths. They're actually good for your health.
True, they are. God, when I used to go to the gym a lot, there were so many guys in the back that would just have these ice baths sitting, and they would just go right into it.
I can't do it.
Ice baths?
I'm cold enough as is.
I would say you're more like this, endearing,
cool.
refreshing. Versus, yes.
I don't know. Most people don't tend to be excited about cold hands.
I feel like people can be excited about cold hands. Like if you're having a particularly hot day and you go to your partner and go like grabs hands, puts it on your fist.
Technically, I'm kind of cold all over, so I can give cold hugs.
What's actually interesting is that orcs in general tend to run hotter than normal. So, just a little hotter.
You're also bigger, so even without being an orc, you would be warmer.
Mm.
My bad.
Mm.
I do take my.
Do you like swimming?
Yes, it's a great form of exercise. I used to swim in my gym's pool. I need to remember if my building has a swimming pool or not.
Mm.
If it does, I can actually if it's an indoor one. Pretty sure it's an indoor one because I'm inside the skyscraper, so that would be outdoor.
I don't really
To be fair, what?
exercise, but I don't really need to. So
The benefits of being who you are.
the benefits of undeath exercise isn't required. Most undead have a unnatural strength. Most. Because we don't have the same limiters.
You did tell me though that vampires who are like physically bigger are stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, there is a benefit to working out. It's just not required.
Well,
in the same way.
I feel like it would take a lot to actually build muscle.
That's true.
Because our muscles don't really get
That's
tired.
true.
Not sure I
wonder if
could
they're
build
like
muscle.
I wonder if there's like vampire gyms where you're like lifting like several times more weight than normal people, and you have to do like 1,000 reps.
Maybe. I haven't really looked into it. I know there's a lot who do combat and training and all of that, but it was never really my interest. I only ever fight when I need to.
You use your pen, the mighty pen.
Finger pen.
Okay.
Good night, Wolf.
I just realized, is this entire beach in shade?
Kristen and Wix can have children.
Because of the tree.
So can I. There we go. Mostly. I mean, there's still indirect sunlight, so I still don't feel the best. But that's just kind of how it goes.
Like I said, backpack with the parasol above you. Your hands are free.
I could try and shove it in the back of my shirt, but that would be awkward.
Oh my God. You look like a flag runner in like a triathlon. You're like,
I would definitely look silly.
you can always ask Elise. She likes making things. Make like a harness with like a pole.
Maybe. That, or I could start being like one of the other vampires that comes around and cover myself head to toe.
That would be a shame.
Yes. Which is why I'm wearing this. Because it is a shame.
It is very much appreciated.
You
got a lot quieter. Everyone leave.
That's normally when things go wrong. Should we check?
I can check in 2 seconds. 1 second. Everyone removed.
Well, we got the packaging out of the way. Offer Daniel and the math bottles up, and then off we go.
There's flowers there, so it's
Too
kind
many
of hard for you.
I'm small forever.
Small is relative.
This is just my own brain.
Sounds wonderful.
From a side comment that I have.
Do you have any? Sounds good. So I polish up all the rough edges on it.
I
The
draw.
tricky part, darling, the tricky part is
Right.
that I make slime pudding by, well, creating slimes. That's my domain. I'm
Ever
slime.
need any paper?
Tends to have
Just
a
ask me.
little
I
bit
know
of
you
holding
have your
out
own money,
in
but
it. Every slime's got a
I do have my own
little bit of something on it.
supplies set
And
away.
that's not great for the undead, so I'm working on how to get rid of that or properly get it out
Oh,
of
I've already
Understood, yes.
restocked.
Did Tango, the rest of the members who
Oh.
are not
Where'd you go?
would be fine. Such as Vincent would be okay. Perhaps would he be actually?
Who dares? Who dares?
Do you have a holy magic sensitivity?
My dear, I am a tiefling.
Yes, but sometimes they don't.
I very much do. That shit will burn.
I
Yes.
see. So none of
Yeah,
your methods would be able to handle it.
what a tragedy! Yes, I'm working on, shall we say,
Handle what?
neutralizing it, making it kind of neutral.
Holy
I
flan.
should have that done within about a week or so.
Holy flan.
My shoes. The point was so I could be taller. There.
It is not something in the caliber of ghosts to be able to control.
Perhaps there's some sort
Put
of
it, shoes back on.
that can temporarily negate the disparity.
I wore them for a reason.
They're, they're apparently making holy flan,
Got a favorite?
Oh.
and they're trying to remove the holy out of it,
Have
so it doesn't hurt the undead.
items that make things into spice, like prestidigitation. What if we use
Wait, flan needs eggs. Egg flan's best flan. You can replace eggs with blood flan.
something else?
Adding that to the list.
What is fun?
Into other objects. Using the spice.
Flan is a like a pudding.
Normal pudding.
It's pudding with caramel on top usually. It's very good. You can either make it out of cream cheese or egg.
With blood. Salty sweet.
Really taste buds.
Yes. With the egg, if you make an egg flan though, it's better. Because egg flan's better. Normally.
A
Then you
strong
replace the
opinion.
egg.
Sounds like.
Presentation, it would be gone in, what was it, 30 minutes?
Maybe.
A minute?
I thought it was extremes, but it seems like.
By the time I don't get into
No,
someone's
I could taste
and
them.
that personal home,
However,
they take a bite,
the
nothing flavor.
only thing I could really taste outside of that fully
Egg
was the
or
spice.
cheese. Egg or cheese flan.
Because you see, I'm going to be starting to develop
Well,
cafe, and my current endeavor is
I usually have it with caramel.
Yes, I will see if I can get this device so I can test it
Okay,
here.
the egg is the
Maybe we can do some
base in
food
which you
tests.
make it. The caramel's already on top.
Yeah. I'll bring a sample.
What you do is that you make some sort of.
This sounds like something that chefs would
I will be
talk
very
about.
secret.
A tea such as Earl Grey.
I would just eat the flan presented to me.
The item uses
Very well.
magic rock
I'm
crystal
sorry.
that
I'm sorry, I was a lady back when I was alive.
rock salt.
So I would just eat whatever my chef said would be good and laid it upon me.
Ah, okay.
Oh dear.
Sometimes
I like
literally.
making food. So I was asking your
You
opinion.
do.
See you back at home.
Yeah, it's What do you mean? It's
Honestly, I might
orchestration.
have to go soon as well.
Mostly
It's
meat
already
preparation, though.
Have you spoken to
To
Echo
say
about
we
it?
have our own little projects
I will
working
play
on.
my
No.
next endeavor.
My job's security, not cooking.
I'll see
You can do both. You could join the maid cafe.
And then I got my
You'd be quite
nephew.
sporty in it.
Do you?
at Echoes.
You
Do
are
organise the
very
relaxing dust?
good at cooking.
Yes.
I keep telling him.
You see,
he's
you
got
can back away my horny, but it doesn't change the facts.
I'm gonna blush.
I'll see you soon.
No one can. No one can.
Before I head out.
You can try. It lasts about a month.
Okay.
I can just bonk you. That might work.
Alarming, though.
But yes, I'm gonna head out for now and see if I can.
I'm not gonna
find
actually do
my
that.
fellow hatchling.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I'm deserving of it, that's fine. But
Liam,
just the point, you know.
Minster.
It is distressing
It's nice to you.
to be feeling things and all of a sudden be like having all of the breaks. What?
Oh, good one.
What are you pointing at?
There's ice. They're not ice.
I was moving an ephemeral camera.
Oh, I see. I didn't see it. But yes, it's like driving somewhere and then your brakes decided for you to activate the emergency brake, and you just. And you're like, what the heck? I was trying to drive somewhere. What's going on? That's exactly what it feels like.
I'm neither holy or unholy.
But you need to understand.
Obviously,
I won't do it because I know that it affects you specifically, but it is amusing.
don't have the taste buds
Well,
like
just
he does.
mortal.
Bitch.
Happened, but I doubt he remembers.
I punch you through your face.
Dwarven Haymaker. He did tell us.
Oh.
Technically, I
I
can
don't remember that.
put
Don't know
it
what
to your
that is, but
face.
it's
Only 2 Dwarven Haymakers.
Mhm.
He said his family
Wait, don't do that again.
and should have killed him.
Okay.
You're not actually doing anything.
And then there'll be melon soda.
It appears someone is getting the game.
Puppy.
They're speaking in tongues.
Also, I heard my name over there earlier.
Did he not?
You know, if you want to join the maid cafe, you can also just be a butler.
I know.
Ooh. Somebody say maid cafe? Ooh, that sounds
And you know,
exciting.
we always accept the help. You don't have to just be in one section.
It's. We can talk
And
about
you
when the
could
main
have
cafe is
perhaps
actually
your
built.
other assistants help you.
Or if you want, you can also just
Actually,
having
where is he?
Having
Where's
someone
Wilson?
who's a part of security, while also
Damn it.
technically
I
being a
wasn't telling you it's
butler.
gonna be a maid outfit.
No.
Make sure to get consent.
There is the stereotype
But you
archetype
know,
of a
perhaps if
combat
someone else
butler.
joins you, you might get the confidence to join.
I understand. We'll talk about it when the maid cafe is actually built and is an actual conversation.
But we can talk about it.
Well, we can actually rent out a maid cafe for events for next week. Oh. Come on, just rent out a cafe and have whatever monsters that wish to participate be made for a day.
Test run.
Just so long as we make
I
sure
did
that
make
it
about
is,
1,500 credits the other night to put towards that.
Of course, no, I have plenty of places that we could go that would be big enough. But yes.
Anyways,
God.
a lovely
Once
time as
again,
always,
it's all
but
up to
I'm
you.
afraid I must be going.
It's all up to you at the end
Until
of the day.
next time.
Don't,
I just wanna
don't be
see
peer
you.
pressured into
Until
it.
next time.
Always a pleasure.
You're
It's
also
not
free
peer
I'm peer
to
pressured just a
do
little
so,
bit. Just a little bit.
Finley.
I mean, I don't work here yet. I don't know if my application's gone
Fair
through.
enough.
And I would
True,
have to go
true.
through the class first. But
Okay.
Oh, yes.
at that point,
I mean, you don't have to work,
if
but you can
you
always dress up.
do it, I would do it with
Maybe
you.
what is it, the cosplay?
Seems my tail's
Yeah.
decided.
That's some
You know.
pressure.
You also dress.
Oh.
Oh.
Fine.
Sometimes it is strange when her clothing goes through. What?
Authorish.
What?
Authorish.
What is happening?
I'm proud of you, my boy. Everything that's happening with you today is absolutely wonderful. Continue, please. You've earned it all.
You know what would be great is
What else is happening with you?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
So workaholic guildmaster Vincent in a maid outfit too, if you wanted to.
You do not need to give her more ideas.
Oh, I think you're forgiving Eyes the idea of it in her head. It's only fair.
I have given no one nothing. I've done work today and resting. I am adamantly resting today. Do not.
Do you know what the first role of leadership is?
See,
Personal
even,
leadership.
well, you have your own
What
umbrella.
is to ask your subordinates what to be willing to do yourself?
Very true.
I've asked no one to do anything. Why are you putting this on me?
Because of the music.
Because it is easy to use you as a scapegoat, dear.
Apparently, yes. My other guild master has flown away. It's just me. Well,
yes, it
wonderful.
Say it like it's a bad thing.
You act like she wouldn't jump at the chance to wear a maid outfit.
Also,
you act as though I don't already have one.
Oh, no, I fully
That's what I was
expect
expecting, really.
It was one of the first things that she wanted to do, technically.
If you wish to work in the maid cafe, it's a maid and butler cafe at the end of the day.
I
You
would
don't
go
have
in
to
as
wear
a
maid
maid, of course.
Perfect.
I mean,
Perfect.
preferably, technically speaking, if all of the guys were wearing maid outfits and the girls were in butler suits, it would be amazing. But
That would be fun.
anyone can wear whatever they want.
Well,
not whatever they
I don't know. Looking
Within
back
the
and all of it,
parameters.
I'm glad that others do it. But
Yes.
it's a bunch of extra work that I don't really enjoy doing. Women's clothing is just
You don't
always so
have
much
to.
more comfortable and cool. I don't know about you. They have so many unique fashion
Yeah,
designs.
you're not wrong.
Every single time.
Especially if you know how to sew, because then you can put in your own pockets.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't really that much of a problem a long time ago.
Hmm?
How is the modeling going, by the way?
Well, I'm actually getting suited for some different clothes and whatnot, as well as we're going to be doing a photo shoot, I think, about next week. We did get postponed.
Better have been a maid outfit than so I.
But obviously,
See,
they
we
can
already knew
come
this.
visit if they want to wear maid
We
outfits.
just had this part of the
Visit
conversation
if they
beforehand. We
You
had said
found
all
a
this.
way to somehow
Obviously, they
start
have to
that
go through the same procedures as
conversation.
everyone else. I
To
can't
fly
have sex,
off,
but I
so
can
immediately
sew
I get instantaneously. You know, I'll say it. Assaulted. I was assaulted. No, I'm kidding. No, it's fine. I'm messing.
Yes, complete innocence in this matter.
They wear a suit of armor.
It's
And,
fine.
it's hard
yes.
to talk through solid plate metal.
I will.
Every time.
Make sure I get the maid outfit refitted.
I'm willing to give it a chance, and sometimes.
Also, I realized that if someone fell on their face on a road, that they got asphalt.
So, if you want to bring them at some time or have them come our way at a certain
You know,
meeting,
my dear, there has been so few occasions that I have told you no. This will be one of those moments. This is one of those rare few moments.
They know in a maid dress.
Yes, there's a level of pun that goes too far out of my boundaries.
It can be.
I could congratulate
It's not
you.
wrong
You
pun.
found a way.
But yes.
I'm not actually going to say broccoli to a pun. Alright, I'm not going that far.
True.
You can make your puns. I love you, my dear. So
I really almost didn't think I'd be able to return. But here I am.
Well, glad to have you back. Looking at the time, I should
like that boy piano song.
before it gets too late.
Oh my god.
You have a good evening.
I'm just
It was a pleasure
ready
to
to
see you.
stand here so that we have a
And
proper
happy birthday.
line of umbrellas now.
Quite.
For 2 seconds, I thought that it was sad that I have to wear these just to be able to comfortably do this. But then I realized you're bending your knees.
I'm
I am going to be.
Yes.
I'm going to be
That's even worse.
I,
Alright,
I'm
okay.
stripping
So
down.
you know I am inviting myself over later. But technically, Wilson invited me,
Fine.
but I'm inviting myself
You want
over
me to-
because it is your place.
No, I don't
Yes.
actually.
It's fine. It's fine.
Mm,
tell my nephew to come in.
It's unfair.
Good night.
Listen, if Vincent's stripping down,
Well,
I'm stripping down. Ah.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Yo.
Did you hear that too?
I mean, technically, you have to remove my helmet and glasses. I ain't taking off the kimono, that's for sure.
Fucking trap me take out the kimono.
Yes, would get in trouble, unfortunately.
It's fine. I'm missing spots on my chest that most people have that would get me in trouble.
Permission to enter?
No, you're not.
Sorry, dog.
I should be. If not, I'll.
No, it's right there.
No.
Oh, they're there. Oh, look at that. Man,
What are you missing?
wrong.
Nibbles.
On shade. The party's this way.
This feels wrong. This needs to be fixed.
Never enter somebody else's place without permission.
What's not
We're
my
in
place?
public, my dear.
Their place. I'm just visiting.
Fair enough.
God, killed masters.
Where are my manners?
That's right, I am master.
Particularly if you go in the water and nothing is showing, it is fine. You can get as wet as you want, you'll be fine.
Cute goddess or cute. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The phrasing there has me lost. I don't know what direction to go with that statement.
Offspring of the Titan, the Allfather.
It's like I'm in like a fork in the road.
It's so rare. I get to see
Does she go that way?
around here.
Ugh.
I'm gonna walk that way.
I'm not from Odin.
Oh my.
There are multiple creature with similar.
Indeed, indeed.
The Allfather Ram.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
What we call.
I finally got you.
Hello, darling.
How'd you get me? I agreed to something. I got Vincent,
Oh.
so technically I won.
So,
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. This one I cannot help you with.
I should say though, I am only going to dress up if I'm actually working, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm working when I'm not.
Can you like destroy?
Yes, do not get pulled into Echo's working all the time problem.
No, I just mean I don't want anyone to think that I'm staff if I'm not actually staff.
Staff.
Ah.
Mm.
Of course. No.
Are you kidding me? I will fight to the end of days.
We could hire you as a temp
Echo would not mind in the
Maybe.
for an event.
If they're okay with
Actually, let me
that.
ask.
Mm.
I'll ask.
Yes. What's up? Something happened.
No, he said he would not dress up. I'm not here. He would not dress up in a maid outfit unless he was staff. So I was thinking of hiring him temporarily for the event.
Oh, sure. That's fine. Oh, did you mean as security?
No, as a maid. In the maid outfit.
Oh, yeah, that's quite fine. They can try it out, see if they like it.
Very well. So
What about you?
I agreed under the condition that they
That sounds fun. I'd probably wear both though because I did it to see then I would be a maid outfit at some point.
Yeah, you can wear two. You can just shift. Actually, can you just shift outfits? Is it like shape shifting, or is it like you have clothes somewhere?
I manifested. It takes some energy though. This technically is just a recolor of my wedding dress though. Didn't used to be dark.
I feel like this could date you if I figure out what fashion this is. Because it looks like you're like a medieval, like a warrior.
Little bit later than that. You have to remember that usually there are certain times that like to
Well,
fetishize the past.
what I've been told for AA vampires, it's not that they don't need to breathe. It's that if they drown, they'll die but come back. Which is apparently why Chips and Victor took them.
Whatever's about
good.
to happen happens. Mona, my dear, I am going to be heading back to our wonderful home, so I can go ahead and tend to a couple of things and go ahead and get ready. To see you in mere moments.
I'm guilting you.
I can tell you. I can tell you are. I can tell you are. You have a wonderful night, and the two of you have an even better night.
Okay.
Or day. The sun never moves here. It bothers me. Does it bother you?
Sometimes I wonder if we're in the
It's in the same sense that where I come from, it never is day.
That should might work for you.
What a weird
Huh?
Yes.
So they agreed, by the way. But you work in temp.
Okay.
If you like it, you can actually stay there. You can do multi-shifts. You can do maid and maid / butler cafe and still have bouncer work. I was trying to remember the word.
I technically actually wrote it into my application that I would be okay with working there.
They did.
Well, there you go.
I'm not as good at cooking. I do know how to. Good enough that I want to work here.
I suppose that's fair.
This is the most social life I've had in a long time. Technically.
I see. Well, it's a good thing that you found quite a good conversation partner. Eyes is very easy to talk to.
Very.
You'd be surprised. There are a couple people that would disagree with you.
Yes, but they're stupid, so we don't pay attention to them.
I guess it's true. Some personalities don't get along, but I don't think that's true of everyone.
Will it be alright to join the
I think that if there are people who actually... Sure. I think that if there is enough people who actually try to understand the other person, that it's not really the personalities that actually prevent them from getting to know each other. It's a willingness to communicate. A willingness to understand.
Thankfully, I try my best to understand everyone. I wouldn't be a very good writer otherwise.
That is quite a trait of writers, I have noticed. Ever curious of the human mind and the way it works.
Not just human, in my case.
Human, yes.
sapiens.
Sapient mind. Your character's minds will probably be even more apt. Because there are even some creatures that you would write about that wouldn't be sapient, such as animals. Or certain animals, anyway.
I've written about non-sapient races before. But I never write about a non-sapient and sapient together. That would be horrifying.
Oh, no.
Only non-sapient and non-sapient, or sapient and sapient.
But at that point, why would you write it? Yes, of course. Have you read some of their works so far?
I am about close to 3/4 of the first book. They gave me 3.
Oh. And how is it?
It's very good. There's a lot. Yeah.
I'm very fascinated.
Fascinated by what?
We mentioned last week about poetry nights or events for authors to mingle or have out loud readings.
I don't think I can read anything I write out loud.
That's true. But
quite salacious thing. Yes.
So last week, the last people involved, all of them were authors, so they were just talking about writing.
Oh, that's quite lovely.
Fascinating, actually.
So
Were there all different types of writers, or was it the same sort of types?
One of them was a poet. The other was, I forgot what Mary or
she
Maria
writes
was.
romance. 2.
So they both are romance authors, and one of them was a poet.
Oh yes, I did get to hear some of the poetry. He was finding inspiration on the cliffside overlooking this the other week. Quite lovely.
Adorable.
Mr. Freeland is quite a talented poet. Very eloquent as well. But with that said, I am going to head out for the night and visit Echo and Wolfram, so you all very much enjoy yourselves. I will see you next time.
I'll see you. Have a good sleep.
Like you say.
I'm heading out as well. Have
Best of luck with the challenges.
Sleep well.
Damn.
Bye.
It was good seeing you.
For,
Always a pleasure.
Kisa might be a
Stay safe.
As to you.
Challenges or...
Six for me. Surprised. Feels early.
Is there? I'm assuming you don't eat at all. Like you don't consume anything.
No, although it did give me a pair of ectoplastic, or some kind of spectral cookie that I'm going to be enjoying at my home tonight. It made me realize that I...
If you cook, I'm assuming ectoplasm is like the substance that allows the ectogasm to work. If you cook with ectoplasm, you can eat it?
I actually do not know how they made it. I just know that Vincent had bought some from other spectral beings that had somehow figured it out. So you might wish to ask Vincent. That being said, what's most amazing is that I can actually smell them. I didn't realize how much I was missing. I can't smell anything. Not the flowers, not the air. I can't even smell the dust in my home. It made me nostalgic. Longing.
What was your favorite dish when you were alive?
I was told that it was sushi.
Ah, I remember. Oh yeah, I asked you this months ago. I remember.
Yes, I am starting to realize that people describe food dishes of me and I don't quite know them. I was just fed what I was given and I said I either liked it or didn't like it and I wasn't really told, or if I was, I didn't pay attention.
Do you know how food is made? Were you in the kitchen at any point?
I was a lady. So no, I had food served to me.
Even now, post-death?
Mm-hmm. No.
Colony color.
Post-death, have you seen people make food?
No. Well, I have watched Echo. But most of it is beyond me.
I'm gonna offer a gesture for you, but I know it's kind of pointless, considering. But I could teach you how to cook.
It would be difficult, as I cannot quite touch anything unless it was in my home.
Well, it would be more or less like have you seen those cooking videos where someone's like, you put this and you do that and that? That's those type of things. Okay, it's fine. If that's something you want to do, I'm more than happy.
I would not be opposed to watching you actually interact with something that is different than just bothering me.
I do other things other than bother you.
Do you? Do you really?
I report.
Other than your
talk
job.
to you. I offer to.
Yeah, you bother me. Just now.
Wow.
Returning at memories of food dishes. Is that a sore subject?
I occasionally long for the things that I had in life. You don't think about how much you lost until you're reminded. In the moment you are content for what decision that you do make, but no, I am content. Content in my decision, not content to move on. I miss these things dearly, but it is a sacrifice for why I am here, for what I have to do.
There's always consequences to our choices.
Inevitably.
Or choices forced upon us.
That reminds me that whenever I was stressed, I used to just drink a cup of tea, but I can't do that anymore. Maybe that's why I'm so stressed.
Madam Moon, I'm curious. Have you ever been to the Dreamscape, by any chance?
The dreamscape?
Yes.
I have visited the people's dreams whom sleep next to me. I haunt them, to be precise.
Well, there is this cafe called the Dream Tree Cafe. If you could fall asleep and enter that scape, you could maybe dream state. Enjoy some beverages or...
Spirits are tireless. I cannot sleep. I can only tamper with the dreams of the sleeping. I appreciate the suggestion nonetheless.
You're welcome.
That being said, no need to have me continue to bring down the mood.
Tragic state, to say the least.
Yes. Nothing. At all. So, is there something that you wish to gain while you are a part of the guild?
Mm. Initially, it was just uh, wanting to have another resource for research. I guess now it's more.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much I missed having a social life. I mean, I talked to the others in our household, but that's kind of different. When you've talked to the same person for at least 100 years or more. Uh-oh.
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 Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I think Madame Mora fucking died. Again.
It's... Yep.
Oh, there they go.
They effed.
The flux
Edge.
them.
We'll just
They have been
give
taken.
her a minute.
Yes, we'll just stand here
Mm.
and wait. I'm sorry that you finally had the opportunity to have a conversation and she gets yeeted.
Yeah, because thus far she has been more reachable than Vincent. Though, till today I actually been terrified of them, but hearing about this that they are not a natural banshee, but turned banshee.
Yes.
It kinda hurts me
I
knowing
will say.
that they can't enjoy.
I will say that Mona in general is the more it's interesting to think about that one is a tiefling and the other is a banshee, but the banshee is actually more approachable in that way. She's the usually the talker. He's like the more behind.
Understandable. When my eyes turn my natural yellow color scheme, I can see the species of others, but I only can elaborate on if they are natural or the lineage if I can touch them. I can't interact with untouchable undead. So seeing that they were a banshee, my instinct backed the fuck up. For the last month I've seen them.
Called the ectogasm, which allows you to interact with ghosts.
I might need to investigate into that because I actually haven't heard about this method before, actually. Ectogasm.
Well, to be fair, the reason that the ectogasm exists is not for what you're about to do for.
Yeah, because I can only interact with the physicals, the organics, if you will.
The reason the existence of the ectogasm is to allow a living person to be in a relationship with a ghost. Intimate relationship.
That's what you mean. Okay, I thought it was a new substance. Since this is a guild of relationships. That's a word.
Yeah.
Also, gasm kind of threw me off the loop with ectoplasm. Was undead produced naturally.
It's a pun.
Yeah. It's a pun.
Oh, I thought you meant literally.
It's an ectoplasm is the ghost thing, and then you have an orgasm, ectogasm.
Oh my god.
I perished a second time.
Welcome back. I have just informed him of the ectogasm. And this is
yes.
Yes, I heard about ectoplasm, but never ectogasm.
Yes, that is one of our best-selling products.
But
I don't remember what I was saying. Unfortunately.
I think you're talking about how you're feeling, and you're asking him why what he got out of the guild, what he wanted out of the guild.
Ah, yes. I hope that you do find everything that you want and more. It seems like you've already found more than you were intending, which is good.
Very much. Initially, I really only planned to come here as a bird.
I remember. Do you travel the world like that often?
It's how I've normally done things. Most aren't as excited once they see the teeth. They can't really tell when I'm a bird. Unless they have a smell for it.
At most I can tell that your heartbeat is slow.
Well,
I'm going to leave you two to have fun.
you're welcome, I spy.
Oh. Hey, wait. Mona.
Welcome.
Jeez, one fast banshee.
She's on top of the roof.
Okay.
Funny.
Okay.
I think I might know what's going on now.
I know. She's really obvious.
My time here, I never realized that there was a mirror here.
It took a while.
To be fair, I know her better, so.
I don't. But now that finally connected all the pieces.
Right. Quite short. Or we're just tall.
I just hope they're not making any large assumptions of us yet. We haven't exactly
Had a conversation. If I was gonna hazard a guess on Mona, she probably has made a large assumption, but she also doesn't want to spook you, so she holds herself back. Trust me, when
appreciate that much.
When you're not here, she's gonna be a lot more blunt about it with me.
Make
Do you
sense.
actually want to have that conversation? Or do you want to keep just having fun?
Maybe after, if you go on a date with me.
I would love to.
I know that you are one of two guild leaders of this.
I feel like that kind of conversation normally happens after one of those.
That's fair.
Yes.
What type of date? You want to go to a restaurant? You want to stay at home, like at the apartment? You want to go to a coffee shop?
I haven't really been on one in a little while.
There are bookstores that are also coffee shops.
What do you enjoy doing? Maybe we can come in the middle.
I tend to enjoy food. I tend to enjoy walking outside. I tend to enjoy coffee. And I tend to enjoy good conversation.
Picnic.
Sorry, what?
Picnic.
That, yeah.
actually put in so much effort not to scream.
Make all the food. I'll have blood
Mm.
treats.
Maybe I can try and bring some kind of drink. I don't really know how to cook very well, but have you ever tried
You
blood
can always
wine?
ask. No, I've tried regular wine.
Do you like wine?
I do like wine.
Mm. Then I could bring some of that if you want to try it.
I will be a hypocrite if I try to kill somebody that wants
I
to
could
do
try
good
it.
things in the
Mm.
train.
And I'll bring coffee.
I always wondered about that.
Not well as a one person anyway. You know how it
And then I could bring
unfinished.
sweet and savory, sweet and salty.
Mm.
Have you tried all the combinations of sweet?
But not all share the same origin.
Then you can rank them and tell me which one's your favorite.
Mm.
Throw it out the window. You can meet dragons
Some things
that
are
are
consistent. Some are exceptions.
I'm actually trying to
Where should we have the picnic,
any kid.
though? Obviously, at night would be preferred.
That would be preferred.
But it could be a beach picnic, or a forest picnic, or a
It really depends on
flowers,
park.
garden, park.
Top of building.
I can see why.
Mm.
Now I have
Like, so I have several options.
Mm.
So there's a city that I live in. It has parks and has there's a forest nearby, which is actually where Mona lives.
Mm.
Her place is inside the forest, like deeper inside.
That makes sense.
So we could have it in nearby the forest. We can go into a park. I think park might be good. I do need to ask Mona though, because I'm pretty sure it's always night where she lives.
Mm.
And second,
So I might facilitate a better thing if we had a picnic nearby there. But also we could just have a picnic on top of my building, which has like a little nice rooftop garden.
I mean, unless we have a really long picnic, we shouldn't have to worry about daytime.
Excuse me, I seem to have phased out of existence for a second and did not hear you.
Unless we have a very long picnic, I don't think we'd have to worry about daytime if we started at night.
True. Nighttime picnic.
Not that I'm uncertain if we could talk through the night.
I do like talking.
Mm. And I do too.
Even I'm hesitant. You cool.
A lot more than I used to.
I could. Small veil and I will not even know what will happen with my soul.
Okay.
None of us 40 does.
Nighttime picnic. That sounds very fun.
Mm.
Very nice.
With food and wine and coffee.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
I heard about an alchemy lab at your guild that you're trying to build after some sponsorship and renovation.
We're making a full proper laboratory, not just for alchemy, but all manners of sciences, magical and mechanical alike. Chemical even.
Could you elaborate on just the general gist?
Of the lab?
Yes.
Well, when you are trying to make devices that allow things otherwise
I kind of, admittedly, like not talking to.
Me too. I asked you about that. Whether or not you're okay with comfortable silence.
Testing labs.
Also,
Proper
I tend to like being physically interacting with people that I'm engaged with in some way. So I usually arm around, hug, things of that nature.
I'm admittedly
testing you,
not
essentially.
as used to it, but I still like it.
Interested to sell or advertise any equipment that you manufacture in the future. After all, everyone deserves love, no matter what you are.
Okay, noted.
We will be handling that part ourselves because we need to make sure that it is introduced in a proper and ethical capacity.
Most dates I've gone on, I've told you before that they don't get very far. Generally because it then becomes, so are you gonna bite me?
Yeah.
Or can you turn me?
Yes.
That's the worst one.
To be fair, as much as I understand that that's very frustrating and kind of makes you feel like you're being used, I can at least understand slightly the other side because they're essentially like, I can have immortality without realizing the negatives.
Very much. Or they just kind of fetishize it.
Yes. There are quite a few people fetishize other races. Like I said, Ooga Booga work.
Ooga Booga. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Ooga Booga. Ooga Blah.
We are always open towards educating others, but the seminar specifically.
Do you mind if I hug you?
I can do one better.
Then I must have misinterpreted one of your other guild members.
Oh yes, this is way better.
It's also a lot easier.
Excuse me if my tusks get too close to your face.
It's okay.
As I did so, there was one that got confused and attended when they didn't need to. But generally,
This is nice.
if someone was to ask or seek to be educated on these topics, we are more than willing to go above and beyond to inform.
Understood. Again, only a month they heard the most interesting things, and your members are traveling the plane all the way from Madeira to Orlando.
I was right.
This wonderful alive.
This is worth the headache.
I was impressed. Far and wide travel is a luxury.
Some simply see it worth it now. And especially once the guild house is complete, people will be more inclined to just stay there with us. Well, probably. We will be quite accommodating after all.
Actually mentioned to Vincent in the future of whatever will come up of it. I did mention to them that I was interested in adding a flag, because I'm adding a flagpole to other alliances or groups or affiliations. But the 3 hearts, could I install like a little poster? So if I see your members at the place, people could understand, oh, what these hearts mean.
I love the mirror system. It's so nice. Because now I can actually see interactions better.
I see what you're getting at.
Mm,
The flag can come later.
right. When do we want to go on the date?
When do we want what?
When do we want to go on the date? That's the hard
Maybe
part.
as soon as day after tomorrow, or it could be next week. Depends on how much time do you think you want.
Mm. It shouldn't be hard to get my part, at least.
I think like a good couple of days might work. So like 3 to 4. So today's Monday, so probably Thursday, Friday.
Mm.
Probably Friday would be better.
Good idea.
Everyone tends to go to Orlando Soccer, so I don't have to do my job as much.
Mm.
The detective terrorist was walking around.
Oh. Huh?
That's his name, or his rank. His name's terrorist. He's a detective.
Okay.
It's weird, I know. Just very unfortunate name.
Mm-hmm. And he tells people it?
Yes, he introduces himself as terrorist, detective terrorist. I don't know why he doesn't change it. You can legally change your name.
Mm-hmm. I did.
You must have a lot of hardships growing up. Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah.
I told you Mockingbird wasn't my original name.
I know. I thought you were referencing your first name.
I technically changed that too. But...
Hmm. I understand.
Mm.
I feel like if you live long enough, you change your name quite a bit. Especially if people don't know that you can live that long.
I've mostly kept the same name for a long time. I only really changed Mockingbird after you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
So much ungloved handholding. So, are your glasses for reading?
Technically, they are used, but they're for aesthetics.
Oh.
I just liked how they looked, and I could find a bigger pair.
Well, they look nice on you.
Thank you.
Well, that went better than I anticipated, actually.
Hmm?
Though getting to know each other is the proper way. I was speaking with Mona for a few minutes and they left now.
I can hear the tones of the conversation. I knew you two were talking.
Oh, I don't know how distance we were at the mirror. Apparently there's a fake plant that you can trigger.
Ah.
But yeah, 1 whole month and without the context of them not being a natural born banshee, definitely helps me a little bit, but still. Instinct just kicks in. Run. Danger. Every chemical in the brain just aching.
Do you get that with
Sometimes you need to
most?
communicate with what you're afraid of.
undead races or just banshees?
There are undead that are not necessarily weaker than a banshee, but the power of the voice, like a banshee's scream, is infamous where I'm from.
Mm.
The mirror.
Well, I apologize if I ever make you feel uncomfortable, I guess.
Well, you said you were vampirekin, and not every plane has them being undead. So
Vampires are
I
undead.
don't drink my blood without my consent. I don't mind it.
Mm. Well, I don't think Madame Mona is going to scream without your consent.
Or really, with your consent, she doesn't want to kill people unless they deserve it.
Mm.
Yeah, she mentioned that, and I even mentioned
I don't
that I
think
have
you
no
have any
intention of
reason to
killing
be scared of
somebody
her.
for what they are. Unless they cause harm to me and the environment, I have no reason to kill.
Yeah. Are you gonna go straight to Uncle's? Back to your home?
I was originally going to, unless you're going to offer something different.
To be fair, my normal thing would be dinner, but technically speaking, your dinner is at your home.
I could go pick up
dinner
a
date, maybe.
blood bag.
Technically, that would be skipping, though, because then the picnic wouldn't be the first one. It would be the second one.
Mm. Oh, so it's a date then.
Vampire sir, I'm actually curious how...
Mm.
So your sensitivity to sunlight, because I'm thinking about it since last conversation. How is moonlight and other lights affecting you? Or is it just the sun?
It's just the sun.
That are. Alrighty.
Well, the
If I
moonlight is
understand
a
correctly-
reflection of sunlight, technically. It doesn't have the same effect. I think the inherent properties of the moon make it different.
Okay, well, my safe haven doesn't have any sunlight the natural way, because it's...
Is vampirism like a biological thing or like a magical thing?
Both. Technically.
Well, because if it's magical, then it technically doesn't need to have like physical rules. Like, you know how the moonlight's reflecting off of the sunlight.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't care. It cares that if
That's
it's
all I can
literally the
really
sun.
assume. But I know that the moon does have inherently magical properties itself, just like the sun technically does.
Makes sense.
Moon magic.
Because I wanted to research how I can make it comfortable for you in the safe haven I'm working on. Shades and places. And then I realized, wait, there is no sun in the astral sea. It's not in a cosmos. So as long as the natural light there or artificial light doesn't harm you, then I don't need to worry about sunlight.
Mm.
Think of it like a magic spell. I don't remember the word. It's like a mansion, like it's just a pocket dimension. But it's not in a cosmos or
Demiplane.
no stars, there's no moon.
Demiplane.
Yeah, kind of like a demiplane. That's another. Actually, that's better. Actually.
Also,
Mm.
I got an idea. Coffee, not
let's
date.
hear it.
Coffee not date.
Sorry, I was talking. It was a private thing between us. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, catering and finding ADs to help other species without causing them physical harm. It's stressful sometimes, and when I remember you about the caves and the shade, I thought, okay, a set of umbrellas and big trees with a lot of shades. How will I go about it to creatures that... Wait, I don't even have a sun, but other sources. Because there is artificial means with science to make sunlight for anti-monsters.
Wait, sunlight for anti-monsters or sunlight? You make artificial sunlight to hurt monsters. I'm confused.
In this case, just both methods, basically.
Technically,
like you have,
both are possible.
A
but...
lamp that has like a method to mimic sunlight or give the same properties.
There is a spell
like Vampire
that
Hunters does something like that, or
there are
called,
definitely spells
daylight.
for it.
Oh.
It's very different than the light spell, because the light spell is like not sunlight, it's like light, where daylight is actually producing sunlight.
Okay.
In the definitions of like creatures who are or like people who are weak against those things. That's why that's how you know, like in magical terms, light and sunlight.
He's showing his ankles, he's showing his shoulders, he's showing his neck and his tummy.
The spell mentioned that
the
it produces
harlot?
sunlight.
How could he?
But if it's just produce light, then it's
Finley?
just a source, like
It's just
the scandalous?
It's just emanating a source of light. Versus sunlight, where if it's specifically saying sunlight, it's because it's telling you it's going to affect these types of people.
Okay, because we're trying to make magical lamps or gems that emanate a light source instead of using candle wax and electricity.
That should be perfectly fine.
If it's just something that produces light, it's fine. Bioluminescent crystals?
Yeah.
Generally, those have magical properties, but still.
There's bioluminescence in the ocean.
Algae,
I believe. There's actually an ocean somewhere
nice
where
to have in the lake, actually, if I can harvest.
So there's an ocean somewhere. I forgot what it's called specifically, where there's so much bioluminescent moss in the ocean and like in the water, where if you touch the water, where you touched it will light up.
And anytime the waves move.
Definitively, because that would be.
Yes, it's very pretty. It's actually one of the few like beach places where it's significantly better at night.
I've been there once before. I didn't swim, but I was a bird. It was very pretty.
I haven't been there. I know of it though.
I wanted to try to mimic that Dead Sea when you float on top of the water. That flamingos eat that.
That is.
Wants to have the sensation of floating.
So the Dead Sea, the reason that its buoyancy is so high is because of salt. It has such a high salt content that the buoyancy of the water goes higher than most people's body weight.
But it's relatively dangerous to stay in there. Too much salt can dehydrate very quickly.
To be fair, the mud that it produces does have very good effects on the skin.
The water, not so much.
Yeah, you shouldn't stay in that water too long. You can stay for like a little bit, but not that long. And you should have like water you're drinking to stay hydrated.
Then I will need to find other options then. Thank you for letting me know about it though.
There's also
creatures that can't enjoy water like slimekins and other species. Kinda sucks. So
there are magical spells that reduce someone's body weight, so they do float. You can look into that.
Okay, I will need to find an artificer.
Could potentially
it's an artificer.
Aerate the water? Like
that one.
Not carbonate, but try to change the buoyancy with bubbles, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Sound waves?
I feel like you have to ask someone who is more scientifically inclined.
Mm.
So Vincent, Elise.
Scandal.
That's it.
Alright, it's your name.
Working with
They talked about you, your character. Oh my goodness.
Device
Yeah, I know.
like for these emergencies. Actually, for that product, needs to get the day and getting it to my place. I'm actually see if they will help out with that, since they have the resources with strange means that might know even more so. But yes, my second week here, short as it was, I'm actually impressed with what I learned. Like speaking with Mona without feeling like they're just on a speed run felt a lot better than speaking with Vincent yesterday.
Yeah, for you to talk
at
to
any given moment, just booking it based on the other guild
if you want to talk. So, the thing with Vincent, you have to talk to. You have to, as soon as you see him, you have to talk to him. The reason being is that he usually doesn't stay that long. Like, he stays a good while, but he doesn't stay the entire time. And then Mona stays usually the entire time, but she's swamped right at the beginning. So it's actually better for you to do what you just did now, which was wait until the end. Everyone is left. You can talk to her for like an extended period of time, and then she leaves.
Okay, I will take that advice. Don't need to write it down, but that's actually brilliant. Helpful even.
Yes. Okay. You want to go get coffee? Now, question for you. Do you want me to carry you to the boat?
If you're offering.
Of course I'm offering, I'm asking. Time to Prince carry you. Okay. Just realized I was kneeling.
You were doing it a lot earlier too.
Yeah.
Which only makes it more embarrassing how much smaller I am than you.
It's not embarrassing. You have qualities that I do not have.
Teeth? You have teeth.
I have what?
You have teeth.
True.
Which are also bigger than mine.
Technically, this is teeth.
That's what I was pointing to.
Ah. Some people get confused thinking that tusks are like horns.
No. They're still teeth.
You know that horns are, horns are like your hair or your fingernails. They can grow back if you cut them off. Tusks, they don't grow back. I'm gonna jump with you.
For the second time.
The second time I didn't jump with you.
No. Second.
I bet. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you jumped with me, but I was a bird.
And they left. If you were.
But you.
That was so fucking cute.
Yippee! Where did my thing go?
Genuinely impressed. Genuinely. That was so mature.
This session ended a lot sooner.
Mona just mingling for the first time ever. And she has actively felt his fear for them in a month. And now they actually talk and just elaborate like, I could literally get killed by one scream of you, and I don't know what happened with my souls. None of the 40 of his kin has ever died, as far as he knows. So he doesn't know if he just becomes raw material or what happened. So it's kind of amazing. But yeah, can't wait for next. So Langfork, then it's Quell, and then MMR. Mer. Did you have fun today?
Yes.
Mer?
Yes, I had a lot of fun.
I think my highlight was when Mona
especially when this one came.
I may have taken longer than I should have, but I'm very pleased with the model. I actually thought I was worried I wouldn't like the hands, but I actually like these hands better than the old ones.
Yes.
They move a lot nicer.
They're so fucking cute.
I almost didn't recognize the avatar. But it's the same boy.
Yes. He's just wearing different clothes.
They're so fucking cute. Genuinely.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at him.
He's adorable.
Yes, I will leave you to it, to the next place.
Okay.
Have a good time at next place. I assume it's Dragonspire.
Yes. Nope, I don't go there because I usually crash.
Oh no.
It's my main concern.
Well, have a good time wherever you're going. They forgot Finley's shoes.
Bye. They did forget Finley's shoes. Sag. They're gonna be halfway on the boat. He's gonna look down and he's gonna be like, "Fuck."
Finley's just gonna be like, well, I guess you have to carry me the whole way.
Just walks in the coffee shop, 6 foot, 7 foot tall orc carrying a small white boy. With
no shoes.
It's fine.
Imagine.
Fucking, do you know what Christy did? Like when they were sitting across from each other, did you actually notice what Mona did?
No.
She literally walks at, like, looks at Mona, Finley and Eyes, and just goes, like, goes really close to Eyes and just goes, and just kind of gestures. It does. We had an entire conversation gesturing. Where she asked him, "Are you two like are you two like romantic?" And then he just nods, and which is why she exclaimed really loudly when he nodded. Oh god.
Oh wow, maids.
It's uncanny how much Christy can mime to me and like with full body.
She's very she is one of the only people that mimes that I can understand. Hello, Raptor, thank you so much for raid. I can't normally understand people when they're miming, but I can understand Christy when she's miming.
Yes. It is.
Did you like Finley wearing the largest wedges that he could?
Yes. Yes, I love that I don't think he's actually insecure. I just think it's a running joke with him.
No, it's a running joke, yeah.
Yeah. So
he's not insecure
really
about it.
Like, I'm taller now.
If he was actually insecure about it, he would be like, But he's just being like funny teasing.
Yes. There's also a little bit of like, you know how people tease people that they like romantic, like are attracted to or romantic to, being like, oh, you're huge, you have like do this thing. There are aspects of things that they might find attractive about them. That type of thing. That's why I assume sort of.
Yeah.
With that plus the teasing, plus the being funny.
Finley is basically just teasy flirting, like, oh, I'm so small.
I'm just a damsel.
I'm just so tiny. What am I to do?
I love the hair.
It's really pretty. I need to work on the dynamics of it because it's a little too wiggly right now, but it's really pretty.
Pretty. All right, is everything movable?
Yeah.
It is. Good job.
This is this all of his hair is movable before, but now it's more movable.
I don't know. I don't know how you made. I don't know if you found this hair or made it. I don't know how you have a hair that feels masculine in terms of like. I wouldn't like when I look at him. I don't mistake him for a girl, while also being very long.
It's because it's kind of more scruffy, maybe.
Maybe it's also like the design of it, because like you see like this braid here going on, so it's like it looks from the front. He looks like he has short hair. Like if you remove like the back part, so he looks like he has like a masculine haircut, but then you realize, oh, his hair goes down to his butt.
Got the long hair.
Long.
It helps that he also has he has broad shoulders.
Yeah.
And a lot of the masculine hairline is obvious. Because a lot of people don't actually realize so there's men and women have distinctly different hairlines. His is still curved for reasons, but it's very close to that squared off hairline.
Yeah. Also, you need to do the thing. Put this boy in a maid outfit.
Yes. I just have to pick which kind of maid outfit.
It'd be adorable.
There's so many options.
Yeah.
Like, do I want a long pretty one? Because I have a long pretty one. Do I want a shorter one? Do I want to go for a classic style? Do I want to go for a newer style? Like, there's so many options for maids.
It would be funny though if she goes back to like where Ivanka is, and it's like everything's like very Victorian and classic because they're very traditional, and then it just goes to the closet, get the maid outfit. It's like a Victorian English maid. He comes back with like, this is what was in the closet.
This is what I have. Because I have the Flora maid that I could use technically, but that one's pretty nice. If I can find it really quick. I went too far back. And then I maybe went too far forward. Maybe. No, I went not far enough. There it is. I have this one. No, this was Flora's. Which is the very classic.
Yeah.
Because this could look very good on Finley, but so could other styles.
Well, you have a week. So.
I have a week. Which really means I'm gonna hyperfixate on it and like take like 3 days.
Do it tomorrow or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the longest part will be finding something if it's not using something I already have. Because it's all about finding which one I want. What fits the Finley personality. Because the whole thing with Finley is they just dress very, like, in the middle.
Yeah.
Finley generally prefers pants, but...
I remember finding a maid outfit that was for a guy.
Oh.
It was like a guy maid outfit.
Yeah.
I bookmarked it for Michael.
Flora is bigger than a lot of people.
Flora's huge.
Flora's fucking huge.
Taller? Is Flora taller than Ice?
That's what my chat was just saying, that Flora was taller. Let me check. Let me go to... We can find that out real quick.
Okay, I'm flat-footed.
This is flat-footed Flora.
I can already tell you yes. No.
No.
They're just like barely.
Barely.
Like they're pretty close in height.
Yeah. They're pretty
if I was a
close.
student, she'd be like freaking Spider-Man pointing at her. Be like, oh my god, someone my size.
It's like, whoa.
Let me check something. putting my personal mirror. I want to see if I'm tilting my feet up.
A little bit.
Oh
A little
my
bit.
god, actually, I'm doing a little. There you go.
If you're flat. Yeah,
There you go.
he's just like a tiny, tiny bit taller than her.
That makes
She's
her
not
6'8".
Yeah, she's big. She's big.
She's a big lady.
She's not the tallest in AA.
Big lady.
But she's big lady.
No, that's
Crazy
to me that she is just taller.
Liang, I think.
Taller than average. She's just taller than average. She looks tall in like A, but she doesn't look big. But
No.
realizing that she's 6'8".
Yeah.
Which tells you the average height of everyone else.
Yeah. And I
If you
made
see a
her
6'8"
like
person in real life.
I tried to make her tall. But I didn't like it was basically like no one can be taller than these people because there's too many tall people. So I didn't want to make her as tall as Gavin or Liang.
Sag, no big lady.
She is big lady.
No biggest lady.
She's not the biggest lady. No. The biggest lady, technically speaking, is the biggest, is Augusta. Because she can get big.
Yes. What I found funny was when those what do you call it? Tier lists were going out where people were like tiering the tier.
Well,
lists
Flora
of
has
their
shorts, so
characters that
not the big
found
danger.
the most attractive or like shippable or whatever criteria. Augusta was consistently an S tier.
Yes.
Like consistently.
Augusta's very pretty. I wonder if it changes things for people if Flora has the mask or not. If they find Flora more or less attractive with the mask.
I actually find her more endearing without the mask.
She's very cute.
Yes, they actually are. I still remember like when she takes off the mask for the first time, and you just look at her, I'm like, because she's super worried about being scary, and I'm like, you're not scary at all. You're adorable.
Well, what she was worried about is specifically that her face looks very non-human still. It has obviously like 2 eyes and a mouth, but it's very non-human. And the teeth. Sharpie twofers.
I think of the teeth. Are the teeth always there? I think you can turn them on and off, but do you?
They're retractable.
Are they more on?
They're retractable.
Are they more on than off, or
It's whenever she gets angry. So whenever she gets angry, whenever she gets instinctually scared, or if she's hunting, that's when she does it.
I think I would understand the worry if her teeth weren't retractable.
Yeah.
If
Well,
just
and she
talked
doesn't
and
have
she had
it.
those teeth.
She doesn't necessarily have the best control over it. Yeah, injured. I thought I said injured. When she's injured, they're generally always out. Right. I still need to figure out what I'm doing with this.
She could have a scar.
Yeah,
Does
she
she
will have a
scar?
scar. Yeah, she scars.
Okay.
She has a considerable amount of scars at this point. She has the one here that goes around from where her arm got cut off. She'll have one on this.
Yeah, I remember that.
She has one on her leg somewhere that's underneath the stockings. And she also has one on I think it's the right shoulder. From it wasn't like necromancy, it was necrotic damage that Briar had to heal. And that is gonna have like leafy scarring. And then this is gonna have a scarring that me and Dave figured out. And I haven't figured out what to do with the leg, but she got a scar from summer activities.
Also love her hair. I know I said that to you before, but I just generally love the leaf hair.
I love it too. I like that it's touchable now. It wasn't touchable before.
Touchable.
Touchable. I love Flora. Technically, even this is wiggleable, but nobody touches this for good reason.
It's funny to
It's
me
a,
is
it's a
that
flower.
like, my instinct is just to touch this. Like I'm okay with that or that type of thing. But for whatever reason, my brain just considers this no go. So I'm just
As
like,
it
"Oh,
should,
fuck,
because a flower, because a flower's flower. No touchy. He's bad. Is like Elvier, but worse.
What I find so is that like her actual like
No.
genitalia?
No.
Okay.
That's where you would expect it to be.
Okay.
But it's sensitive. It's like elf ears. That's why I say it's comparable to elf ears.
Elf ears.
Elf ears.
Wait.
Flora is considerably taller than.
There you go. Cassius.
It would help if I didn't have the super bendy knees.
Oh god. He's like neck height. Like
Yeah.
my eyeline just go right to her thigh.
She's big. She's big compared to him. She's like, yeah. She's like about a head taller.
Foot or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a foot. Yeah, she is 6'8" because I know that Cassius is 5'8".
Yeah.
So if she's a foot taller, that'd be 6'8". Yeah. So yeah, she's literally 6'8".
She big.
You big lady.
She's not my biggest character, but she's
tall
big.
for her species?
No, she's short for her species.
Oh god. So her normal species is like 7 feet to 8 feet.
She is short for her species.
Okay. I want to get out of VR.
Yeah, I will too. I'm going my stream. I'll see you in Discord maybe. Wee! Okie dokie, chat. It's time for stream end. Is there anyone you would like to raid? No mods? Well, is there anyone y'all would like to raid either way? Because I can raid myself. I'm a big boy. I can do it. Kirby, Red, or Sai? We haven't raided Kirby in a while. How about we get Kirby? / raid Kirby. Okay. Alright. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying. I hope you guys have had a really nice time today. I will see you guys hopefully for D&D tomorrow, but if not D&D, probably something else. And yeah. Okay. Goodbye, Gobos!